Okay.
Now I don't see you.
Yes.
You can
Okay.
like turn it a little bit to the left, your left, my left. I don't know.
Like, you mean the camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you have some empty space at the right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. Now I can see everybody,
Okay.
including you.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Everybody in the class and online. And hello, Saeid. We welcome Saeid, an amazing artist who. Thank you so much, Saeed, for
Hello. Hello.
giving us this opportunity to talk to you, listen to your story. That's an amazing background, by the way. It's a
You
very
know,
funny
it's
background.
it's just fine. You know, this is industry. It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't
Everything
expect
seems.
less.
Yeah. So, like, I just to open it up, I had the privilege to work with Said on multiple projects.
My
So,
pleasure.
yeah, so he's a very smart, amazing problem solver, and a good artist. This is what I admire about him. So he's not just a developer, but also an artist. So you still do watercolor painting on your spare times?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have any around. I could show you if I knew you gonna mention it. I also
Yeah.
had my like woodworking and stuff.
He
I don't
does
have it here.
woodworking, watercolor
Yeah,
painting, amazing
that's
stuff.
what that's what it makes me relaxing. Like,
Yeah, yeah. And create, I think this is what very admirable, that
thank you.
that keeping that creative soul alive all the time. So Said has worked on multiple projects in Middle East, and then he was a what
Pipeline
pipeline
developer,
developer,
then pipeline supervisor in Malaysia.
pipeline supervisor in a Blue Sky. What was the name
No,
of
Lemon Sky. That was Lemon
Lemon
Sky
Sky?
in
Yes,
Malaysia, which is
in
the kind of
Malaysia.
biggest game animation company in Malaysia.
And then now he is a senior developer in Pixomondo.
Yeah,
So
senior Unreal developer in
yes,
Pixelmondo.
so Said has worked in, like, we at school we offer animation, visual effects, and game design pathway. Said has worked in all of them.
Yeah,
So
I'm
he
gonna apply for all of them.
so he has
I
been
have to.
a game developing artist, as well as a visual effects artist, as well as an animation artist. So now, this is interesting that your current position brings them all together. So it's you're working on solutions for virtual productions, right?
Exactly. It's
So
combination of the arts and technology.
yeah. So and it's where visual effects meet game design as well, right?
Not game design actually. It's a different thing. But you know,
Let's say
uh,
real-time
it,
engines.
yeah, real time, yeah, rendering and like everything about real time. Yes, because it has to be real time when the actors in the scene in the middle of the stage and they need to have this huge background in behind them on the wall. We call it the wall, the LED wall. So it has to be real time.
Okay, great. So enough of me introducing. I think that was a good introduction to amazing guest today. So I hand it to you. So Said, if you have anything to show us, talking about your journey up to
Yeah,
here, showing us anything about your past and current projects that you can show, of course.
yeah.
And after that, anyone who might have any questions, please raise your hand, or just like anyone online, please either type in the chat room or just open up your mic and ask the question whenever, in the middle or at the end of it. Thanks, Said.
Okay, so actually we missed a few other criteria I have experience with, for example, with mobile development, mobile application development. But let me start from where it begins. So uh, I start as a rigger in the animation industry, and since I had this programming background. Since the start, I start writing the tools. I like everything that I was working on. I try to turn it to the tools. So later, I go to the visual effects industry, as Hossein said, with him and with others, and it was a great adventure there. Those years, I mean, like many years ago, more than 10, I guess. I can't remember probably. Then I go for game industry. So I had great opportunity to uh, be in some good projects like the latest one was the Gears of 5, which I was this pipeline supervisor in Lone Sky. In Lone Sky, they were working on multiple projects, multiple titles in like games and animation. So I was the pipeline supervisor there, and then I jump into.
What is a pipeline supervisor say?
So it's okay. Let's talk about the just the pipeline first, then we can go for what supervisor is. So the pipeline is about as at the name says, it's about making a pipeline. For example, you want to have your uh, project finish. You need to have a rail, for example, to know where you start, with which program, and where you, for example, store your files, what tools you're going to use, and then where the file is going to be next, and which, for example, next department or the next artist gonna take it and continue working on that one. So this is like a pipeline, right? So the pipeline developer is someone who create tools to uh, organize everything for a project to be done. So, for example, having a tool to just create some tasks, based on some files based on the tasks. For example, we start with modeling, so we have to put these files somewhere in the correct naming. So if you just ask people to name the files, they're not gonna name it properly, obviously, most of them at least. Uh, but if you give them the tool to just name the file, the tool never gonna make mistake. So that's how pipeline works. Then there are lots of tools. For example, just passing the file to others, or like doing something, or a task. For example, let's say you have to uh, make some light rig for a scene, so you don't have to put lights every time for every shot. So a pipeline developer can create a tool for you to create all those shots, right? All those lights. So through all the process for making a project done, there are lots of tasks that can be turned into a tool. So a pipeline developer will mostly will create these tools. So sometimes it's about mm, like like the pipeline, like files and everything, like softwares. But and sometimes it can be more specific, like the light example, which is related to the light department. Sometimes a light TV do that, but most of the times it goes to the pipeline development team. So the pipeline supervisors then gonna just supervise all these tasks. Like they're gonna have a few people working on the task. So he just have like a higher hand of picking like who gonna work on what, and like managing times, and also working on other tools as well by himself. So is that
Yes,
good? Is
yes.
it
Sorry.
enough?
Yeah.
I can
And
talk about
then
it like the whole day.
yeah, I know. Like you may a couple of hours. So and then after that,
Yeah, and after that, I came here to Pixelmondo in Canada and start working in the visual production, which I think if it's not the future of the movie industry, it's gonna be the future of the VFX industry. So, but yeah, that just caught my eye, and I found it very interesting to work on because it's very new. It's like it has lots of opportunity. There is lots of challenges, and since I love the challenges, and I just jump on the job and start working on that one. And it has actually starting with Pixomondo has another story that I can share with you. So before Lemon Sky, I was working in game industry, right? So I mean, working on some game projects, and then I started working on a VR project in a VR company, working on Unreal Engine 4. So there I start working on a few tools, and then when I was in Malaysia, I start working on my own tools. Because previously, when I was working with Unity, I had my some assets, some plugins in Asset Store, with, for example, C Sharp in Unity. Then I start writing my tools with C++ in Unreal. So I made this physical layout tool for Unreal Engine. Then it just got viral. I'm not sure if any of you have seen it. I'm gonna show you later. But let me finish the story. Then just I guess it was like second day or something like that when I published the video, the company just contacted me. They loved the tool. They just wanted me to be there to join their team. So how I end up being in Pixamondo just by like making a tool. So don't forget about your personal things. It's very important to always, even if you're working in industry with company, you always have time. You should have time to work on your own projects, your personal projects. That's what gonna improve you. So yeah,
I remember,
because
yeah.
yeah, go on, go on.
I remember that your tool made it quite a buzz everywhere. Like, so
Yeah,
the tool that you published, it was a personal project, but you didn't expect such a
yeah,
like
exactly.
widespread like kind of. So you know, this is what I say, guys. Like having your activities published online. I think they found you through LinkedIn, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So like, so Said is an active person in LinkedIn talking about his progress, tools, personal projects. So the one that you published made you on the spot, put you on the spotlight, and you've been headhunted
Exactly.
by Pixelmondo, right?
Exactly, exactly. So, I mean, the details are very every detail you're making for your own is very important. For example, any tool I make, I every time I just create a beautiful video out of it and just show to everyone, getting feedbacks, and it just gives you a very great energy to continue working on your projects and improve you. It's very very important for your improvement. Because, for example, in industry, sometimes, not always, but sometimes you're just doing a job over and over again. So, but it's good to have some personal projects to keep the creativity high. So it's really helps you to uh, elevate like how you are. So, and also recently, I got my new tool announced, the Voxy tool. I'm gonna show you. I'm not sure if you guys have seen those, but I will show you that one as well. Let
Is
me
that
just.
your latest tool published two,
Yeah,
3 days ago,
exactly,
right?
exactly. The tool about creating voxel art inside the Unreal Engine. There are some other tools, but now you can create voxel arts. It's like Photoshop or ZBrush of voxel art. You can just easily create voxel art by just drawing it into the scene, as many as you want. So let me just, I can share my screen here. This one. Okay, and where can I start it? So let me show you first a couple of my tools, very old tools actually. Like, let me go to my YouTube channel. By the way, you can find me by my name in any of the social medias like YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, everywhere you can find me. Uh, Hossein, I'm pretty sure you remember this one, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, is that the project we worked on together, the eagle one?
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. I can show you that. It's actually very old, but let me just go to the technical part where we. I like this part actually. Oh, yeah. The qualities
The,
like you
it's
can
okay.
have
Yeah, we
me.
can see it. Oh,
Okay, so low, so old actually.
yeah, it's
By the way, yeah, these are the rigs I
four,
made for
14
the
years
very
ago. Like how?
for
Yeah,
yeah 12 I
14.
guess it was 2010 I guess.
It
I'm
was
not sure.
2010. Yeah, 12 or 13 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
Those
remember we
days.
had a lot of challenge with the wings and the wind through the feathers.
Yeah, exactly this part. Uh, so I made these by having some points and assigning some seed to each points and to randomize the wind into
Yeah,
the
in
feathers.
a very painful way. Old,
Yeah, exactly.
old
You know,
Maya.
yeah, exactly. The old Maya, and there wasn't any node-based tool or like yeah,
No,
there was
there were no
kind of
Houdini. There were nothing.
yeah, exactly. I made everything out of Maya expression. So, for example, this is the tool I used for the Parwana project. Is that was a game. So here I was the tool developer and also lead 3D artist here. So I was just doing the same thing,
So
like
the window,
making tools
yeah.
everywhere.
So the window that we see there is the pipeline tool you develop, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it is not Python, it is Mel those days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is Mel, it's not Python. So it's like it was a huge project with a huge number of assets. So we had to keep track of the files, like if it is updated, if is the file, for example, the FBX file is updated as well or not. So I made this tool and like checking every time we were doing something. I was there was this process that was checking all the files and giving us some reports to check if the file is updated or not. And we had this bunch of other scripts like loading a file like faster when the people don't have to didn't have to go and just pick the files by their own. They just came into this tool and just click a few buttons and have the files. And this is the report. Like for example, here you can see that like the green ones are like the good ones. The orange says the file has changed. The Maya file has changed, but the output file, which was the fx file, isn't updated yet. And the red ones means like you didn't export these files. And there was this character generators in the end of the project, like 2 or 3 months from the like till the end. The project manager came and like made a huge task over us to create like 40 characters within just 2 months. Like we need to have more NPCs, and they had to be like look different. So I just analyzed the task and saw like we're not gonna make it in two months because we just had like 6 artists. So we couldn't make it in that time. So I just had this idea and asked a few artists to make a few parts, and then made this tool to just create all the 40 assets uh, within a day. I guess if I can remember properly, yeah, it was like I just put an artist on this tool and ask him just try to make something uh, good out of this from the asset parts. And the tool was like every part has its own texture, has its own UV, but the end, the tool was making all of them together and like baking all of the textures and UVs into a packed one with one just one texture. And that actually saved the project. Not the project, that just saved us to for the task. I can just fast forward here
You
and
did a
just
job, a 2 month job in one day, right?
actually it took a week to create to make
The
the
tool.
tool, and one day to create all the assets. It's like
Okay. And what did you do the rest? You went kayaking?
no, they just put more job on us. you
uh,
know, that's how it works.
yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, we just made it. Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, just
Exactly.
joking.
Here is my other tools. For example, like I made for Unity. This is another tool I made for the same project. They were putting rivers in a very big word inside Unity, but they were using Maya to create the rivers. So I just had another couple of weeks, I guess, less than a
I
month
yeah, I
to
remember this tool of yours was popular on Unity
asset store.
asset.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Now
asset
it's yeah, it
store.
is available in
Is it
in.
still available? Is it still like there?
Yeah, exactly. It is. It
Ah,
is.
okay. You created this one and a chain one, right?
There are a lot actually.
Yeah. Ah, okay.
I'm gonna show you.
That looks
Hopefully, we
very.
have enough time for all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can see like they could manage to have all the rivers inside Unity so easily, because when they were creating the rivers with Maya, they had a very um bad time because uh, when you create something from Maya and you bring it into the engine and see it's not working or it's not in the good place, you have to go back to Maya and change
Yeah.
it a bit, go back to Unity, for example, and check it, and it's not correct, you have to go back again. So, but if you create the river inside the engine, so you're gonna have the exact thing that you want. And I actually have
What
a couple of more in Unity, but
yeah.
let's skip them.
What was
What
the
was that?
tool that like put you in highlights? The
No rush,
layout
no
tool.
rush, no rush. But I can
Oh,
I can go with it. Okay. This is the tool that is. Let me explain it first. When you are you seeing me in like the corner?
yes, we
You
do. We do.
okay?
Yes.
So okay. When you because I didn't want to like speaking on the black screen. Uh, when you are trying to set dress a scene, you have to put assets together, right? So, for example, you want to put a dish on the table, so you have to go very close and look for it and snap it on the table and look if they're not having intersection or something like that. They don't have to like go through each other because of, for example, the collision or all this stuff. So you have to be careful about it. But this tool made that job easy by just addressing the scene physically, and uh,
Yes. like an actual world that objects
Yeah,
doesn't
exactly. You
penetrate into
just
each
move them
other.
around. They placed there, and you can just like put pull them together by just scaling bunch of them, or like if you rotate them, they're gonna interact with each other, and there is like a gravity option. You can just put it there and let it fall down to the floor, or like in onto each other, and you can see like see if I rotate it, they're gonna just give you a physical feedback, like a real-time board. But this is not real-time. This is like, I mean, not runtime. It's like editor, uh, in editor editing. So this was the first video, and it got viral. And then the second video
Is this
just
tool is this
went.
tool available for free?
Yes, it is,
Okay.
and it
So
was.
student, yeah, sorry for interrupting you. For students of mine who want to just like make a layout, I think this is a very great tool, guys, to use. Just like, you want to scatter objects around your, the place that you create and just position them. Yep. Let's move on to the second video.
Yeah, this was the video that made 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 the job.
Ah, so you
So
can
yeah,
paint like
yeah,
objects
now,
into.
yeah. So this is what I'm talking about like details. So I made this new feature about like painting objects, and I made another video and posted on social medias to get the feedbacks, and like having people looking into my things, and and like commenting me, and like, this is how you better do it. So yeah, you can like with this new tool, with this new feature, you just set your setting and just paint objects in the scene, and it you can keep it as a static mesh. You can change it and turn it into like instance mesh. Everything is possible here. So as you can see, you are actually painting the board. And it has a couple of options, like following the normal of the mesh, following the mouse direction, and other stuff. And what?
I really like the header of your YouTube page as well. Like it's just idea
Yeah, yeah,
goes and then
exactly,
like coding and then like going through the mess and error and everything not working, fixing
exactly.
it and then happy you.
I guess
Is
I
that
have
what
it here somewhere.
you painted
I
yourself? That one you draw it yourself?
Yeah, exactly. Let me just find it.
That's what I say, guys. Like I like what this is what I like about Said, the creativity plus
Yeah,
the
this is the thing. And you know what? I was working in a company working on animation project, which was Jamshed. I'm not sure if you've seen it. I can show it. It's a great animation, a short animation. And then suddenly it just came into my mind, how about having such a banner and just start drawing on the whiteboard. Like I was trying to create this tool about the wind. There was wind everywhere in this animation. So I was trying to create the tool about the wind, and it just came to my mind like this drawing. Like the idea came, you have to struggle with it, to like organize your thoughts and to have the solution. You write your solution, you're gonna have lots of bunch of errors, and every time it goes to like the finished project, but it goes back to the errors, and then at the end, eventually you're gonna have the product and you're gonna be happy. That was the thing. Yeah, I used it everywhere actually. You can just find it in my website here as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I used it
Awesome.
everywhere. So and you know what? It was about catching the great ideas. For example, I was watching about this physical layout tool. That I was watching the announcement of the Solaris in Houdini, and they had this tool. They had this physical interaction tool, and I was thinking, so I can have this idea inside Unreal because it's real time. It has physics. Then why not make it? So I just work on it like, I'm not sure, like 4 months or something, and it actually was the same. Like, where's that one? It was the same. I was trying and trying and trying and just bumping into a wall of, you cannot make it. It's not possible. But
Hmm.
every time I fail, I go back, like watch it from a farther view, or changing my perspective by thinking out of box, or like thinking from another angle, viewing it from another angle to solve the issue. And
Hmm.
at the end, it actually happened, and I had the tool. I will keep it up to to just remind you again and again about this. This is a good one. By the way, then in the same video, they shown this painting, this light painting feature in Houdini they had in Solaris, which I thought that so
Paint
it's possible.
light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, paint light. So, but I cannot name it paint light because light paint, because there is another tool by another company. So I just got this
Ah,
CEO on my account saying, "Oh, you cannot name it this way," and I name it light brush. Actually, the final name was light brush.
light
So
brush.
yeah, exactly. This is what it's doing. It is kind of painting the lighting. So you can see I'm actually lighting like where I want highlights, where I want like those specular reflections, and all of them are out of the lights. So for example, if you want to uh, light a scene, it might be hard to like just manipulate the lines like through your scene, but with these tools, just like a few clicks and like dragging into your scene, like, let me just fast forward this
So
one.
you basically, instead of positioning lights, you point at the object and say, "My, I want this object to be lit from, to have a highlights in this part, right?"
Angle, yeah, exactly. I'm
And then
reading the
it creates the
geometry
light for
normal.
you. Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah, and there are a couple of key combination to changing the behavior of the lights. For example, the reuse of a point light or shape of a rict light. So you can see here, I am actually changing the highlights over that bottle.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and then you had this channeling and everything. So it's easier for lighters to use this tool. And then, oh, you mentioned about the chain, and this was the chain actually.
Ah,
And this is not like a physical, uh, what do you call it? Physical simulation. This is just math.
math.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is this Verlet equation you can find on the internet. So I use that paper and turn it into codes to have this uh, cable-like or chain-like effect. And this is the update version of my physical layout in Unreal 5 using
Hmm.
Chaos. If you don't know, the Chaos is a new physical physic
Engine.
feature of the engine. Yeah, not the engine. It's like a feature of the Unreal Engine, which makes physical interaction so faster. And by making it
So
faster, you can have more.
yeah. So how much of improvement, like, speed, your tool has gained with this engine update? Is it faster now?
I didn't measure like the previous one and this one, but it is fast enough to work with.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah, exactly.
That looks
And
an
you know what?
amazing
It's
tool.
it's it's not about uh, like the objects being fast. It's about the tool, the set dressing a tool using physical interaction. So
Mm, mm,
no matter how fast it is when you are using it, at the end you're gonna have the same objects in the scene as you are putting them like manually.
mm, mm.
Yeah. And I don't know how much time do we have yet?
It's 40 minutes. We have 20 more minutes, including Q&A. So
Questions.
maybe,
Okay. So
yeah,
let me
maybe
let me finish it with this one and you can go for like more talking. Enough of
is
showing off.
this is the new tool, right?
Yeah, this is the Voxy tool actually. I
Actually,
spent
the yeah, game design students who are online or here, this is a tool that you guys would enjoy working with.
yeah, exactly. I actually mostly artists actually. By the way,
Most artists,
most
yes,
artists. And then I made this tool so far and spent uh 3 months. So this is the demonstration of the time lapse it has. You can have as many voxels as you want and just play and having this cool effect. And this is real time actually. And this is the tool. Uh, the UX might change, but the functions gonna be same. So
yes.
it's
Students,
real.
students here say Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly. You can. It's gonna have real time features, so you can utilize it for your game mechanics. Yeah, it's easier to make mm, Minecraft, but don't
Actually,
forget
even
that.
for yeah, for visual effects, this is a very handy tool. Like if I want to make a layout, like in few minutes, I would like to use like such a tool to like spread around and like throw some boxes and achieve the layout of the scene that I'm thinking of, and then build
Mhm.
upon it some you know, the more refined, let's say photogrammetry based assets. So it's a very good layout tool as well for
Oh,
like kind of
great!
any sandbox experimentation.
I didn't expect this tool to be used in that manner, but yeah,
But we will.
that was great. Yeah, it's like, and now I'm trying to make it faster because the tool is not optimized yet, but yeah, I'm trying to make it as fast as possible.
And you just did it out of fun?
Exactly, exactly.
Yes.
You know what? It was like, let me go back to the camera. How can I stop this?
Like
I want to see you all. Okay, exactly. I,
your
I was
your
it.
your your camera is off now.
Oh, what?
You stopped screen sharing, but I you turned off your camera as well.
Is it on now?
It
Eh,
is on, but we don't see you.
What do you see?
Uh, Now we see you. Yes, there we
Okay,
are.
okay. Hello, hello again.
Okay.
Uh, okay. I was like not doing anything for about like 3 months. I was thinking about like what gonna be the next project I'm gonna work on as a personal project, and just suddenly, just out of nowhere, came to my mind how about utilizing the Unreal Engine to have voxel arts. Like I try to make it as easy as possible because uh, the artist needs a tool with with a good UX. So I try
Yeah.
to make it as efficient as possible and as um, intuitive as possible. Like
Mm,
people used to Photoshop, for example. So I put the tools on the left side, so the people now know that these are the tools like Photoshop, and like some other open source tools like Krita, uh, and everything. It's better to be like look the same. So it's like muscle memory of the
mm.
mind, not the actual muscle memory.
Oh, this is fantastic. Alongside your professional activity, you work on personal projects
Yeah.
that they not only like impact your professional achievements, but also contributes to the society, like, and you enjoy the outcome.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point, actually. Enjoying the moment. Because I love to have challenge and I love to solve the challenges. So it's better to have a challenge that you can get benefits from. So, for example, for the other tools I made and I put inside the asset store or the marketplace, and I made some money. So it's good
Mm,
for I mean financially, it's good for your improvement.
fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much. That was amazing. What do
Sorry,
you
I didn't share
suggest?
too much of my like uh work things.
No,
It's
no, no.
mostly about like
No,
I went into my personal
that
stuff.
was the point of it. So, what do you suggest to our? So we have students from all different pathways. So, what do you suggest for them? So, what helps them? So these students you see here, they will graduate soon.
Mhm.
Oh, and so what do you suggest to them? What makes them stand out in the world of um,
Industry.
visual effects and game design
Yeah.
and animation industry?
So I don't have any advice, but I can give my experience.
Make some.
uh, but I mean, so I can make an example of myself. So I tried actually not everything, like everything I like. For example, I like to make games, so I went to the games and made games. I like to write, for example, an iPhone OS. So I learned Objective C and then later Swift and just wrote a few application and on iOS. And then I like to have experience with, for example, Android. And I just get there and learn a few syntax and try to create some application. Then I wanted to have experience with like real-time word, like or VFX word, animations, everything. I mean, uh, you better try the thing you think you gonna love. You're not gonna regret it because at least you tried. So you try this one. If you don't like it, go for the next one. You don't like it, go for the next one, next one, next one. All the experiences you're gonna have gonna help you to your journey. So it's not a waste of time. So everything you're gonna get benefits from all of those things.
Be
So
brave. Yeah.
exactly. So just jump into it.
Yeah. Be
You're gonna
brave
learn.
and experiment everything that you think you would like,
Exactly.
and see how it goes.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
That's the journey. That's the journey.
Fantastic. Any questions here?
Yay.
Ashley has a question.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Um, yeah, I was wondering because coding is kind of like rocket science to me. I don't
Not
really
at
know.
all.
Uh, so do you have any advice for us, like who maybe wants to start like making stuff like you, like who wants to like get into coding?
How to be
Start very simple. Start very. What was that, Hussein?
How to be as cool as you without any line of programming.
A yellow T-shirt and like some others. By the way, uh, you better start simple. Like, let's say like you're gonna learn a language. First of all, learning how to writing codes. It's not about knowing the syntax. It's about knowing how to solve the issue, uh, or like finding a solution. It's about the algorithm and all sort of things. So it's not about the syntax or the language. So the language does not really matter. I can give you an example here. For example, for my uh, employment in Lemon Sky, I had this interview with the technical guy in Lemon Sky, and he asked, and it was about uh, the pipeline developer, being a pipeline developer, and doing a pipeline developer these years is about knowing Python. But that day I didn't knew anything about Python. I didn't wrote any line in Python. So he asked me, "What do you know about Python?" I said, I don't know." And he said, "How much experience you have with it?" I said, "I never wrote a line in Python in the technical interview." So he got surprised. So what you're doing here then? So I told him, so asking a programmer about like knowing a syntax is like asking an artist if they can write, if they can draw the thing that they drawn with a pen, with the pencil. So if you can write something with pen, you obviously can draw it with a pencil, right? So the program is the same. You just need to find a solution to break the thing and find the solution. So the rest of it is just we are just some bunch of typists. We're just typing, right? So better to have a good typing skill. You don't really need like knowing everything or knowing the rocket science. You just need to focus on solving a solution. And please start very simple, very simple. Like start just knowing the basic of the language, or basic of how programming works, and then you like make it more complex, and you're gonna like knowing it all.
Was that a good
Was that?
answer? Yeah. So no,
Yeah.
no way without it, but just approaching it with like step by step. Any other questions?
Oh, I got to. Sorry, I forgot to finish that story. The guy actually likes the confidential I had and hired me.
Um, because of that confidence in, like, I don't know Python, but I'm better than you.
Yeah, I told no, I'm not better than you. I just told him, just give me a week. I'm gonna write Python there, and
Yeah,
he actually did.
fantastic, fantastic. People online, April, I don't know, Shazib, Jackie, Nana, Norua, Michael. If you might have any question, please, please open up your mic and ask, or just type in the text box.
Sorry, you might have mentioned it already, but what made you decide to switch from the VFX industry to go into the game industry?
Uh, the opportunities actually. It it was just interesting for me to making games. I really like to you know what, because the making games gonna give you very great time having fun. So you are actually having fun by working. At least I had. So I knew programming. I love to playing games. So I said, oh, why not making games? Then I just jump onto it.
Lovely. Do you still play games?
A lot, a lot.
What's
Not
the latest you've been
latest.
playing? You've been playing.
Uh, I actually play lots of games, but these days I'm playing Rocket League with my friends. But as the single player, like Tunic was the last single player game I played. I know the cat game. What was the name? What was that? I
Stray?
Stray. Yeah, Stray. Stray was the one, and yeah, a bunch of more.
Yeah. We have some, serious gamers here as well.
I have some complaints, but
Yeah,
that was
very
good.
good question, Shazib.
Thank you.
Um, Other questions? Anyone? Awesome. We are approaching to the end of this talk. I think you guys agree that it was very fun, right? Yeah. Thank you so much, Sai.
Yay!
It was a very good
Thank you for
talk.
having me. Thank you for having
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
It was
Like
fun to hear.
it was very interesting to see someone so excited about what he's doing and doing it creatively with confidence, touching on different topics without being scared and like kind of try diving into them. Worst case
Exactly.
scenario, just like fail and
Yeah, you got in the
you
worst
learn
case
out of
scenario, you're
it.
gonna go back
Yeah, you're gonna go back and and learn from
with
your
more knowledge, actually. With
yeah,
more
yeah. You
knowledge.
learn from all the mistakes you made. Thank you so much, Said. It was a fantastic talk. And is it okay if we publish it on
Likewise.
YouTube? So, or is
Yeah,
there
sure.
any copyright? Okay, okay, fantastic, awesome.
I think I didn't show any of them.
Okay, I think you
It
know
was mostly about my personal things.
projects. Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much,
Thank
and
you.
have a lovely evening now. Right?
Yeah, it is. It's like
It's
8 p.m.
oh 8 p.m. Oh, have you had dinner?
Yeah, I had.
Not
I
yet.
had.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good. So we leave you to it, and thank you so much.
Great.
Bye.
Have a great day. Goodbye.